The second method I'm gonna show you guys right now is gonna be by putting the door down side by side, slowly by slowly. And that's if the door is usually about lower than the half of the door. So you guys do it usually when the door off track is almost completely shut down. That's gonna be the second method. Okay guys, now we will touch the second type of door off track, which will, in this case, we will lower down the door instead of raising it up and then putting the drum and the cable back up. We will take the full door side by side completely. Again, we're following the same rule. The door needs to be straight coming down. If not, the door will not come down. So what will happen is we will raise this side up, and this side we want to take it down. That way the door is going to be even. So let's start. We will put a vice grip on the left side underneath above the roller. So now we're locking this side from moving more up. We don't want the left side to go any more up. We want to raise the right side up, and that way have the door become even. So now we put a vice grip above the roller on this side, as you guys can see. Now we will put the vice grip underneath the roller, and we will raise the door a little bit up in order to have an even door, because that's the only way for the door to go down is if it's straight. So now we're raising up the door. As you guys can see, the door is even, and you will have the option to take the door down. Now, what's gonna happen in this stage after we're gonna secure the right side is we will take the door 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches down until we're completely down. So now again, the door is straight. Now, let's start by pushing the left side down. Again, the right side is securing it from coming down. So we pushed it 2 inches, about 2 inches. So now we put the door, we took it a little bit down on this side. Now we will take it a little bit down on this side. Step by step, this stage requires a little bit of patience. Go 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. And that way, you will get the door a little bit off track. So now we're done a little bit on this side. Now we will take this side a little bit more down again. And we will just do it side by side. All right, so now we took the left side a little bit more down. And we will take the right side down. Remember, the right side has no tension, so that's gonna go down by gravity. The left side, you guys are gonna need to make an effort. Remember, the vice grip is above the roller. So now he's gonna lock it in a more down position, and we're just gonna go side by side patiently. This is a very good method for very heavy doors that you guys don't have an extra hand to help you out. Lock. And we got it to completion. At this stage, the only thing that you guys can do is release the tension from the spring, and the door will come completely off track. So now after we got it almost done, you guys can see that the right side has no tension, so that's on the ground. The left side has tension because that cable is connected to the spring. So if we will release the springs right now, you will see that the door is basically going down. We will release it like we did on step number 2. And we'll do the whole process again of rebalancing the door like I showed you guys before. Right side, we're gonna release the tension. And you guys can see that the door came down because now both sides do not have tension on them. So now we don't have tension on both springs. We're gonna do the same thing as we did before, which we will be releasing the right cable, which is already released over here. We will put the vice grips on the left cable over here to secure the tension, and then we will do the same process again. So now, since the cable came out of the loop, what we're gonna need to do is put that cable back in. So now we're gonna put the cable loop, it looks like this, on the drum. I'm gonna try to get here as much angle as possible for you guys to see. Everything here is by momentum, so make sure that you're having the right momentum and the right tools. I usually suggest you guys to have a flat screw so you guys can take that momentum and kind of punch in that cable into that loop. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to put the cable inside that loop. So now, after we put the cable inside the loop of the bottom bracket, we will put the cable and make sure that you're going from the inside, going up, all the way to the drum. Secure the cable over here for a second because we will be putting tension on the left side with the vice grips like we did before. So now we will make sure that the left cable is on and does not catch on anything. We just showed you guys how to replace the cable. If you wanted to replace the cables to new ones, this is gonna be the stage that you guys are gonna be doing it. So we're gonna put the vice grips after we feel that we have the right tension on that cable. Put the vice grips on, lock it, and same thing goes again. So now we're gonna be putting the cable on the right side. Again, left side has tension, the vice grips is holding it. The right side, we're putting the tension on. The most important thing in this stage is to have the cables on both tension. So do not try to put more tension with the vice grips, just lock the tension. Lock the tension versus putting tension with the vice grips is a very important tip. So both sides have the same tension on it. And what's gonna lock the tension on those cables is when we're gonna be putting the spring back up. Left side is locked. Now we will connect the two screws, and that will put the tension on the shaft, which will go eventually to the drums and to the cables and get us the tension that we need on the system to have the door go up and down. Done with the right side. Now we're gonna do the left side. Take out the vice grips and check the three things that we talked about on the door. First of all, we put the door by feeling. We're gonna feel the door. Second thing, we will put the door in the middle. If the door drops, then you need to put a few rounds on the springs, or it's not the right size of spring. And if the door goes up too much fast, that means that the door probably has a bigger spring than it's supposed to have. The last thing that we will check is we will put the door up and check the cables. Make sure that both sides have tension on the cable. And let's go to the left side and check also that the left side has tension on the cables. And that's how you guys do a door off track. Both ways.